So the time has come where we're filming my Finish 18 in 2018 finale. What? It's been a whole year of me working on these products. Yeah. So yeah, well, I guess we'll go into the one item I was able to finish since my last update in the last couple of days, and that is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This is what it looks like now. It took me 2 whole freaking years to go through this. 2 whole years, and I still have 2 more of these, but at least I have officially moved 1 out of my collection. So that is very exciting. Still smell like chocolate, and yeah, I'm so glad to finally have used up a bronzer. And now we're gonna go into everything that has not been finished. First things first, it is my Miss Dior perfume, and let me get this to focus. Last update, it was right where like that glass goes in, and I have used about that much more, so just a tiny bit. Now this perfume has been a struggle for me because it has not been my favorite perfume of the year. I've specifically just used it for work, and I was getting so sick and tired of it recently that I have been like spraying it for like my dirty laundry and like on carpets in the bathroom that you use so like you don't slip and fall, and like I said, for work. And you know, in a whole year this was practically full, and I've used that much, so I've definitely come to realize that if you buy the biggest size, it is a good bang for your buck, considering it's been a year and I'm still not done with this, and I've practically used this on like 95% of the whole year. So yeah, so I'm probably gonna end up rolling this over until next year to finish it up, because I really do want to finish it up. And yeah, all right. So then we have my Chanel Tan de Soleil bronzer. This was not an item I was planning on finishing up. As you know, cream products are kind of hard to use up. They just move around, especially if they're in this type of form and not like the squeezy form. But as you can see, there is a giant dip. I just really wanted to work on this product this year, and it's just like one of those products that has just like reinforced my appreciation and my love for this. And I don't know how long it would ever take to use this up, but it's something I'm definitely planning on working on next year, and I'm glad I've gotten the progress that I've gotten with this product. A product that, you know, I haven't been able to work with for most of the year is the Becca Pureed Highlight in Moonstone. The foundation I was using at the beginning of the year, it was not cooperating with this product at all, so there was that. And then I started to get a little bit darker, and there was that, and this is really pale. I can use it right now. The foundations that I have currently been using have been working with this, but again, it's a cream product. You're not really using that much. You're just kind of moving all the product around because you're really picking up so little. So I guess it's no surprise that I used this, that I didn't make much progress on this year. So I know not to put in a cream product or a cream highlighter in a year-long project pan to focus on, just because it's not the most ideal. I have the Master Conceal by Maybelline left. There is only, if I keep squeezing it down, there's really like not like a whole bunch left. There's a bunch of air in here, but I honestly would say it's less than halfway done. And I have been using this as an eye primer because it's too pale and too thick to put on my face. And it works fine as an eye primer as long as I'm setting it. It does end up creasing after a couple hours because, again, it's just a concealer. And I don't have any problem to keep on using it. It's fine. It's not my preferred method because, again, it does end up creasing after about like 6 to 8 hours. But you know what? If I need my eyeshadow to last all day, I have an actual eyeshadow primer to use instead of that. And second to last product, I have my ColourPop blush and birthday suit. And even though this isn't completely finished, I consider this as successful because there's only that much left, and the product is starting to dry dry up. Like it's, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. It is starting to lift up because it's drying up. And every time like I pass my finger over it, like product just peels off. When I use a stipple brush, because I'm not putting too much pressure on it, because it's a stipple brush on my cheeks, it goes on fine, but the fact that it's drying up might just be time for me to get rid of it. It is a product that is 3 years old, and from past experience, just one time, I had a cream blush from MAC, and when I was using it consistently as I got older, it started to break my cheeks out, and I wouldn't want to risk it with this, even though I felt like the MAC one was a lot more oilier than this. But I'm just really proud. I have worked on this for 2 years. I've worked on other blushes at the same time, so I'm sure if I would have just focused on this, I would have finished it. I really love this shade of pink. I don't know yet if I'm going to toss it or if I'm going to just really focus on using it up. The fact that it's drying up, I just don't know if it's even worth trying to finish it up while I have all these blushes in my collection that are just sitting there not being used. So it is something that needs to be determined, but I do consider, alright, I do consider this a success considering, sorry, I just hit the tripod with my leg. I will consider it a success considering that I've used so much of a blush up, and it's just not common to finish up blushes. So the fact that I only had that little sliver left, and I hit the thing again, I'm so sorry. The fact that I only had a little sliver left is perfectly fine with me. And last but not least, I have my Naked palette, and I didn't think I was gonna finish anything else, and I definitely did not, but I'll show you how it looks like. So this is what my palette looks like. This is the second year I have worked on this palette, and I am very light-handed with my eyeshadows. Like, I know a lot of people who worked on the Naked palette for just 1 year and were able to successfully finish most of it. I have no idea how they did it because this is my palette after 2 years. After 2 years. So as you can clearly see, I've clearly finished up Sin, and I've clearly finished up Naked. And I have Pan in 3 eyeshadows. I actually ended up repressing Virgin and Buck, and I ended up repressing them, not because it was a hassle to use them, simply because I know when you press things, they just go by quicker because there's just so much more fallout. And yeah, that's what I did to try to use more of them off because I'm really so sick of this palette. I've worked on it for 2 years straight. I don't think I'm gonna try to focus on it for a whole nother year because I will go insane. I will literally go insane. It takes so long to use these eyeshadows up, and I have so many other eyeshadows I'm missing, like eyeshadow palettes, so I'm just, this is it. So again, I have that much left in Virgin, that much left in Buck, and then I have Half Baked, which I've done pretty good. I have kind of made a little dip in Sidecar. It's actually what I'm wearing, and I always remember how pretty it is. And I used it wet, and like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but it literally started peeling away when I was putting it on. Like, I was running an eyeshadow brush over it, and it was just like peeling off. And sorry, I kicked it again, didn't I? It was just peeling off, and I never seen it do that in the whole year, and I haven't used it in like a hot second. So I wonder if it's just like the age of the product, because it's not like the eyeshadow I've ever like used that much water. Like, it's just a damp brush. And yeah, I mean, this eyeshadow palette, I got it back in 2011, and we're going to 2019. I got it Christmas of 2011, so it's 7 to 8 years old. Like, no duh, the eyeshadows are old, so that's that. So that's my progress. I use a very light hand when it comes to eyeshadow. I honestly don't know how people like go through that much eyeshadow in a year. I mean, I wish I could, but alas, I do not. So I wanted to recap the whole entire year. So I have a little sticky note where I wrote down all the products I used. So technically speaking, I have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Technically speaking, I had 20 items total in this project pan. I had products that were decluttered and products that were added in. So that was a total of 20. I decluttered 1, 2, 3. So I decluttered 3 items this year. And that was the Clinique foundation that just did not look good on me. The Amazing Cosmetics concealer that had gone bad and smelled like crayon. And the Cover FX, like the little enhancing drops that were such a hit, like those had also gone bad. So those got decluttered. I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I finished 10 products. Out of technically 17 that kind of stayed in my collection. And then I have exactly how many I have left, which is it was 6, I believe. I finished 6, or I hadn't finished 6 items. And you know what, that's okay. That's pretty successful considering in 2017 when I did my year-long project pan, I like completely, utterly failed. I was doing so well the first half of the year, and then the second half, like, life just kind of like hit me by, like, with a truck, and I just never updated. And a lot of the products from my Finish 17 in 2017 were the products in my Finish 18 in 2018. And considering I consider this year a success, you know, I didn't finish all products, but I finished about half of the products. I did finish half of the products that I had in, and more than half of the products that I had left after decluttering. So I think that's really good. That's an accomplishment for me. And I definitely know how to pick products for next year and what I should and what I shouldn't pick. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. That is my end of the year update. How did you guys do? If you guys did a year-long project pan, what did you learn? What did you not learn? Please let me know. And yeah, it's time to pick out products for next year's year-long project pan. And that video will be up. I haven't filmed it yet. I haven't picked out the products yet, but it'll be up way after this one for sure. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye.